Very good evening, everybody, and it is a beautiful one here, albeit cold. This is Patricia and David, Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, on this Thursday, the 3rd of August. And after the rotting day yesterday, we awoke this morning to 7 degrees, and well, it was kind of brisk in the house too, so we turned the heaters on and went back to bed for a while. I'm telling you that because I'm getting complaints from the so-called subtropics that it's a bit chilly up there too, but certainly not at our dizzying depths of 7 degrees. At the moment we have 13, it was the high of the day, 1027.7 steady. This anticyclone that is causing a bit of wind and mayhem is certainly coming towards us. 6 knots of southwest wind, it's been up a bit and down. 10% cloud cover, and it would be stretching to make it 10 actually. It's probably only about 8. So I suspect our record 7 this morning is going to be even lower with this clear sky. But at least boats on passage will have that lovely full moon out there, so I'm sure all is going well, if a bit sportily at the moment. So let's go to Barracuda, Gulf Harbour Radio. Nothing heard, and I hear they have a radio problem. I'm not sure how a radio could just decide to give up the ghost halfway through a passage. It's not very fair, is it? All right, let's see if we have anybody else on passage. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. Oh, I've just thought that that radio might have been playing up again. So, but I've got a very good signal, Graham, and I guess you haven't had a sunny day today by the look of the satellite picture in front of me. But go ahead, over.
It's been a sunny area today, but it's been dry most of the day. I'll give you our report. Our prediction is 25 degrees, 37 minutes, 170 degrees, 11 minutes east. We are at a wind speed of 23 knots on the southeast. We have just up to 28, 29 knots during the day. We're in a course of about 330 true, doing between 5 and 6 knots, bound for Illimari at the moment in New Caledonia. We will turn Newcastle, Illimari, and head northeast for Montana. Over.
Okay, so Barracuda Alvada is 2537 south, 17011 east, 23 knots of southeast, gusting 28. So engine is definitely not on tonight. Course 330 true at 5.5 roughly. And they are sort of heading in the general direction of Mare at the moment, and then we'll head northeast to Tanna. Okay, I'll get you. Why are you doing that, says David, when you know you've got very strong southeast winds? You might like to explain your strategy. And I had another question for you. What was that? Anyway, that will do it. Oh, the cloud cover. We'll have to get you educated on this cloud cover business. The reason that David likes to see the cloud cover is that he gets an accurate picture of where frontal systems are and can sort of work out what's going on. Anyway, back to you, Graham. Over.
Cloud cover, we have a part of the cloud cover, some blue sky, some light cloud, generally a pretty bright afternoon. Over.
Okay, I'll pass the microphone. Oh, you might want to get the strategy.
Right, good evening from me, and yeah, you're moving along pretty good. Tomorrow, I've moved you a couple of degrees toward your target. Actually, I had your target as direct to winds tomorrow are going to be a little bit stronger. I'd say 24 to 25 knots, gusting up to probably gale force, 34 knots. And it's going to be pretty breezy on Saturday as well, so you might as well get used to these stronger winds, and they will be out of the southeast. And there was a frontal band that should have passed over you. It's showing up on the satellite imagery quite well. You're at the fringe of it, at the southern fringe of it. So it probably is going to continue going to the northeast, would be my guess. So you probably will get nothing more than what you've already gotten. But there is a chance of squalls. There is a fair amount of cloud around you, according to what I'm looking at now. This is about 2 hours old, I think, this picture I'm looking at now. So anyway, there you have it. Breezy and pretty choppy, I would guess. So why is it that you're heading to Mare before you turn right to go to Tana? Over.
Yeah, so we are engaged both as our weather router, and we do regular contact with him. He has delivered the truth. I think it's to avoid the August 12 that he's expecting that he was going to send it further to the east. It also provides a little bit of shelter to the Maldives. So the plan is that we will, I think that the wind and waves should peak tomorrow afternoon as they're approaching Mare, and then going to start to leave late tomorrow into Saturday as we start to then reach across to Tana. It also gives us the option of, if necessary, to pass with anchor royalties subject to the honesty of or our intention at the moment.
Okay, all right. Well, we often disagree with Bob, so we'll leave you with his guidance, seeing as you're paying for it, I suppose. So, yeah, it's not what we would do with the circumstances that currently prevail, but it's okay. You've got a plan, so good to stick with it. All right. Oh well. Would be a little bit, you've had a good restful few days apart from the engine noise, so you'll be ready for all of the action over the next few days. So have a good night. There is a ship, but it's going, it might have passed you already, well it has passed you because it's to your northeast. And there's nothing else coming that I can see behind, so looks like it should be a peaceful night apart from the weather. So have a good night. Over.
Thank you very much. We'll talk tomorrow.
Roger that. Okay, clear with Barracuda Avaya. Is there anybody else wanting to join us tonight? Please call. Oh, hello, Peter. And yes, you are loud and clear as well. And it looks pretty sporty there. Did you move to a more sheltered spot? Over.
Yes, we had a very fast one. We talked for 12.5 knots. We were moved. It was strange. It was very cold.
Yeah, that would have looked quite spectacular, I would imagine, coming up there. So, so you are now in Noumea. Are you going to check in? Over.
I was good at the weather, and it looks like I can depart in the next few days on checking in. But if it's going to be longer than that, I definitely will.
Yep, okay. Well, you'll be able to get a good view, good connection, because it's all free, I think. Well, it used to be free to get the weather. You didn't have to bother with the drama of getting a contract. Is that still the case, that you can get weather for free? Over.
We were running $8 and you get your data and the plan and you get it. For some reason, since I've been here, no data, just give it a time to protocol and how to call it out. And
Yeah, well, you used to be able to just connect to the Meteo France there for nothing. So just check that out when you go onto your try to go internet, because it used to be that you could just get Meteo France, and that was all free, and then you had to do your drama for the rest of it. So we always used to go around to Orphelina and Anchor, and then get the internet set up at the gas station around by the marina there, by the naval station marina, and he was really good because you could just use his telephone number, and it was all good. Anyway, enough of that. I shall put you to David, who is looking ahead on Meteo France.
Yeah, I actually am looking at Video France right now. I'm looking at their modeling. And yeah, well, it's going to be pretty breezy for the next few days, right through the weekend. So as far as heading toward New Zealand, I don't see it unless you like bashing, because that's pretty much what it's looking like for quite a few days. Just looking at Monday, this is according to them. Southeast winds after you leave the pass and out a few miles or so. It looks like southeast about 20 knots, 18 to 20 knots, like that. Tuesday, looking like about 15 knots, but still southeast, right smack on the nose. If we were to draw a line from Newcastle to North Cape, that is exactly the direction the winds will be coming from, right through Tuesday and Wednesday. They start to shift a little bit. That high is the problem. The high is pretty much static. It's a blocking high at this point in time, I would say. So it's really not moving, and it's very, very strong. I don't think we looked at what the central pressure was, but it was nearing 1035, wanting to go up to nearly 1040. So that's the reason for the strong winds that are on this perimeter. And yes, it's just not wanting to move at this point. Over.
Yeah, they won't even announce an El Nino yet, because although it looks all like El Nino-ish, westerlies and highs over Australia and so on and so forth, the water temperature here in New Zealand is still up. So it's that no one is prepared to say we go by a bomb, and they're just not prepared to announce an El Nino yet. But anyway, well, if you've got nothing to do there and you like to have a bit of fitness work before a passage, and you like the great views, the walk up to the Met service there is actually a really good walk. It's down and up, and it's certainly up high enough to give you lovely views out to sea. And if you knock on the door, so to speak, and say that you are a cruiser and would like to speak to someone about weather, the guy that does the marine weather, or there'll be a different one, but they all speak English, and they just love having somebody to talk about the weather, and that would give you a good feel for what's going on from their perspective, and good exercise at the same time. Over.
That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Well, we've been there, done that, so yeah, it is a good walk there, as well as the walk around to the aquarium is a good walk too, because the aquarium, although smaller, is pretty nice, and then you can go up the hill, go up past there, up the hill to the radio towers, which are quite spectacular, and also give you good views too. So anyway, you have to have a lot of exercise before you do a passage. So there you go. Alrighty, we'll talk to you again tomorrow and see what gives there if you are back on the boat. Over. Yeah, it's just been one of those seasons. My God, it's the trouble that people had getting north. The ones that were going east or wanted to go east, French Polynesia just gave up. I mean, it's just still really, really disturbed, and that's a real pain. Anyway, that's one of the things we have to put up with cruising, and we'll just have to play it by ear day by day. All right, we'll clear with Culfie in New Caledonia. Is there anybody else? Sugar Shack. Well, how nice to hear from you, Christine. And I haven't looked where you guys are, and I've been meaning to email you because I tried to find a spare rudder because I was really convinced that a lot of these boats that went onto the rocks and got written off, you know, there's all sorts of useful bits on them, but because I guess it's too difficult to put them all together, they just get crunched up and sent to landfill. So what is the news for Sugar Shack? Over.
We missed you guys. We actually traveled today from Soma in Hawaii to Shanghai to Macau, and we are now at Port Mario with 12 boats. So,
It's a very popular area in Bilbao, but boy, it is a great spot to get good shelter, especially with the strong winds coming up for the weekend. So, yes, it's an interesting place. David's just going to have, we haven't talked to anyone in Tonga for quite some time, but yeah, it is popular and for very good reason, really, because you don't have to travel very far to get either shelter for a wind change or do a nice dive or get fruit and vegetables or whatever. So how are you enjoying it so far, and what is the status of the search for the rudder? Over.
we got here pretty late in the afternoon. It was a little challenging. We had 2.5-meter seas. They were long intervals and kind of rolling, so they weren't bouncing, which is lovely. But it was a little bit of a challenge trying to pull up cord. There was a really steady overcast every day, like maybe 10 to 15 knots of wind. It was supposed to be from the southeast and really southeast. Yeah, anyway, that wasn't that topic, and we actually found another katana. It's a little bigger than us, it's 52, and they left behind a letter in Auckland, New Zealand, and the yard was able to put it on another model that you were at today or tomorrow for Fiji, so we are in the evidence of my install the letter, get it to New Zealand, and then replace those letters to it.
Oh, that sounds a good plan. So, yeah, we sort of wondered how you would get over the lack of facilities in Tonga there. Okay, so you'll be meeting your new rudder in Fiji at some stage. So I guess you'll be waiting for a bit more decent sea conditions and wind conditions to get over to Fiji. Presumably, are you going to the western side, or is there something in Savu Savu? Over.
Yeah, we have definitely coming out something in Savu Savu, and we would really appreciate it if it was, a nice calm west of what we are using, so we don't have like a risk of one little letter being damaged.
Yeah, you will need some tranquil conditions. So I'll pass the microphone because I don't think there's much in his crystal ball at the moment. Hang on.
Hi, Christine. Yeah, we missed talking to you too. And, well, there's going to be a lot of weather in Fiji this weekend, so lucky you're not there or going there. Pretty miserable. Quite a bit of wind, too. Rain, wind, squalls. A lot of fun. That's going to move toward you, actually, but a little bit to the north, almost, if you know where New Potatoes is, I think it's going to, the bulk of it is going to be right around there. Vavau is going to get some showers, rain, and so forth, it looks like, but like I say, the worst part of it is to your north. And the winds are going to be roughly east, east, southeast, that kind of thing. And looking at Sunday, that probably is going to be the worst day. You may get gale force winds pretty much out of the easterly quadrant anyway. So anyway, be prepared for that, and you'll find shelter up where you are there in the Valley, I'm sure. So that won't be too much of a problem. And yeah, once the spy starts to move, then you'll be able to uh, reasonably sail to Fiji. The winds hopefully will be a lot less once this thing gets out of there. I'm just looking forward considerably to see what's going on. And yeah, by the end of next week, Thursday, Friday, going from Vavau to Savu Savu, the winds actually look to be east to east northeast, believe it or not, from Tonga to Vavau to Savu Savu. That's pretty far out to have any confidence, but that's what that looks like at that point in time. And that high is pretty much over New Zealand at that point, so the isobars are definitely changing. So anyway, I'm sure you're getting plenty of weather through your Starlink system. So you probably know all of this already. So anyway, that's good that you did tell us about that rudder a few weeks ago, I think it was. So that I'm glad that panned out, and hopefully it'll make a fit and get you going in a more proper fashion. So anyway, enjoy Tonga. We love it there. And if there's time to get up to New Potatoes, that's quite a nice place too. And the Vavau area has got more anchorages than you can shake a stick at. So plenty of things to do. So if you're able to maneuver reasonably well, I would certainly stay in Tonga for a while. That's our opinion. Anyway, over.
Yeah, I was just chuckling to myself, gee, I think over the weekend you could go bare poles from Tonga to Fiji with a look at that weather. Well, it's going to be sporty, but it is, Tonga, the Vavau area is just so safe for everybody. We haven't heard any reports of the whales yet, but this is now the time of the year that they will be coming into the anchorages, so that would be good. All right, well, enjoy, and we'll keep in touch when the weather settles. We'll clear with Sugar Shack. Is there anybody else? Well, there's no one, thank goodness. In fact, because somebody is doing Hector over the frequency, well, not this frequency, but whatever the nearby frequency is. So it must be good propagation. Okay, well, there's not too much news. I think I gave you if people want news, there is the frequencies that I gave you last night for Radio New Zealand. There hasn't been much today. The trouble with New Zealand at the moment is that we do have an election coming up in October, and it is getting quite tedious with all of the promises that have been made by everybody, including the party that's had 6 years to do the promises and waiting for the last 6 weeks. But anyway, it's pretty tedious. Those Americans will be maybe keeping track of the fact that ex-President Trump has been indicted for various things relating to the last election. What else is there? Just not an awful lot of other things to talk about, really. The temperatures have calmed down in the areas where it was just miserably hot in Arizona and just parts of Europe. So that's good news for those people that didn't like sweltering in 39 degrees or over 40. And and the war between Ukraine and Russia continues. So that's the roundup of the news. That is fit to print, and we will be back again with you all tomorrow night at the same time, 5:15, 0515 UTC. Have a very good night, everybody. Cheers.